coach Todd Yeagley dubbed tonight's matchup as a showcase for college soccer. It's a simple sentiment, but there's no better way to describe a matchup between these two historic programs in Maryland and Indiana. We are underway. Maryland to start off with this as they send a long ball forward already to get into this action. And Maryland, they're known for how tenacious they will be in the first 15 minutes of a matchup. They're going to put on a high press and really create a struggle for their opponents, as we see that early on. And Maryland coming into the day, we mentioned that they struggled to start the season. Their biggest problem has been goal scoring. So we're going to see if this highly touted team can find the back of the net and find some confidence when it comes to goal scoring. And the Hoosiers, a team that's in different territory than they were last year. They're in their best start in Big Ten play since 2004, currently undefeated so far in conference play, looking to try and bring home a Big Ten regular season title, something they were unable to do last season, weren't able to get any hardware. Now, Josh, how important is this early start for the Hoosiers?
It's been just absolutely massive for this team this year and last.
Now Gutman on the attack, cuts it back for Swartz. Back to Gutman. Push to the top of the box, but Renix can't get there, and Maryland can look to counter. That ball gets right beyond a sliding Frankie Moore, and now a through ball forward for Hervé, and Trey Muse playing a little bit of sweeper keeper. Swartz pushing on that high press on Gasper, and now this is sent long. Gutman and Bin one-on-one, and now Gutman can look to counter, but a huge slide tackle coming from St. Martin, and now Maryland working on the far side. Bin cutting in, cuts it back now for Sadich, who gives a low shot and a diving save from Trey Muse to parry that away.
Boy, I don't think Trey Muse saw that ball, and that's why he kind of reacted late. You don't really see that type of reaction from Muse. Usually he's always there in plenty of time. It wasn't a hard shot by any means, but Muse quick on his feet and was able to just push it out for a corner. We'll take another look at this. Yeah, I mean, he just, I don't know if he slipped or I don't know what happened there, but at least that's a corner.
Throw in for Indiana. Thomas. Megs Pines pushes through, but Pines is able to use his strength and clear it out.
Yeah, that's just all physicality right there. Pines on Thomas.
Rico out wide to Renix. Tries to cut forward, and now Dwayne St. Clair can reset things for Maryland.
I mean, you can just see, look.
We have seen back and forth action here. That's not usually the approach we see with Indiana with teams they've taken on in the Big Ten.
Yeah, I mean, usually Indiana's that team to take it to their opponent, but so far tonight, Maryland's been kind of taking it to them.
Gasper playing it forward for Hervé, one-on-one with Reese Buckmaster. Gasper once again. Crossing in the box on the near post, and Timmy Mell able to clear it out. And Dorsey doing a good job avoiding that corner kick.
Yeah,
the Hoosiers will reset. This ball long for Gutman. Pushing forward in the attack. Back heel from Swartz. Back to Gutman, who tries to play forward. Dorsey can't get it to him, but Thomas has it now. Dorsey cuts inside. Trying to get around his defender, but can't. Gutyar now. Crossing to the far post, and St. Clair is there. Robeson known as the set-piece coach here. Gutyar sends in this in-swinger to the back post. Mayer out to Frankie Moore, who finds Gutman, who finds the back of the net. And it'll be called offside. And a yellow card on Andrew Gutman.
We have to take another look at this. Very good from Indiana, and that's just Andrew Gutman just kind of pulling the strings there in the midfield, and Spencer Glass readying to come on at the next opportunity, and you wonder exactly what the sub will be and whether Gutman will maybe move up the field a little bit.
Swartz takes it short to Renix, who gives it back to Swartz here on the corner of the box, sends his cross in, and Pines is able to clear it out, but another corner kick coming for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, I mean, they're just keeping their foot on the gas right now. I think we're going to see Spencer Glass now come on.
He will be replacing Trevor Swartz, and how about that? You're able to replace such an effective left foot with another very effective left foot.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it'll be a pretty similar like for like with Swartz starting on the left wing to start this game.
Now Poncho to take the corner kick. He'll be an in-swinger. We haven't seen that very often. Sends it to the near post, and Gutman heads it beyond St. Clair, and the Hoosiers get on the board. Not very often. Sends it to the near post, and Gutman heads it beyond St. Clair, and it's really affected the Hoosiers early in that first half. And maybe at the end of the second half, you saw Maryland almost take a step back, kind of a wait for that second half start where they can put that high press back on.
And I'm intrigued to see now, is Indiana maybe bringing it to Maryland a little bit? They're fired up.
With Spencer Glass in the game to start this second half, he'll bring a different approach as he sends this forward into the midfield for Frankie Moore. Dorsey now on the ball. And the Hoosiers coming at Maryland early. Dorsey to Buckmaster. And back to Frankie Moore. Buckmaster looking up, sends this cross into the box, tries to find Renix, but once again, there's Pines. St. Clair punches it out, so that doesn't put an end to it. Gutman drills this one, and Renix can't keep control. Dorsey now tries to cross this into the box, but way over the net.
I'm not sure if
Whistling in the midfield leads to that foul call. We talk about foul calls, and you see Frankie Moore taking this quickly. Frankie Moore with 4 yellow cards in the season. That's something to watch for throughout the rest of the year, because if he gets one more, he's suspended.
Yeah, I mean, that's a crucial player for Indiana. He didn't play in the game against Evansville. They still won that game 5-0. But, I mean, he's a big piece, especially in Big Ten games, where it's a little bit more physical. He brings that physicality.
Maryland now looking to come the other way off a turnover. Hervé, the French stud from Paris, working in the midfield. Now this ball through for Bin. Bin on the right wing, crosses it into the box, and just over the head of Elney and cleared out.
A little bit more breathing room to be suspended again.
Samuels in the midfield at the Big Ten logo. Out to Bin, who's quickly double-teamed by Glass and Gutman. Gutman, the goal scorer earlier on in this game.
Plus, though, set piece for Maryland here.
Again, it's Eli Cronali. This is an advantageous position for Maryland.
You got to be looking for Donovan Pines here.
Cronali approaches. Sends it into the middle of the box. Thomas to it. Now to the top for Bin, who rips it into the back of the net. And Maryland ties it up 1-1. Gutman. Gutman now to Glass. He's got room to cross it. He does, and St. Clair can't keep his hands on it, but it's cleared out.
Boy, that's when you just hope somebody else is there to knock it in, but luckily for St. Clair, nobody was.
Of course, got a wet soccer ball, a wet pitch. It's going to be tough for any of these keepers to make plays. Buckmaster now at the Big Ten logo. Back to Moore. Looks up and sends this to the opposite side of the field for Gutman. Gutman one-on-one with Bin. Low cross into the box, and Pines is there, but now it's at Thomas's feet. Glass fakes the cross and sends it to Gutman. Gutman, a high cross, trying to find someone at the far post, but it's out of play long. It'll be a race between Glass and St. Martin. And that extra effort from Glass forces the throw in. Thomas now to Glass. Gutman in the middle of the pitch. Crosses field, but Gasper can't keep control. He had a chance to intercept it. Now Rico on it. Reese Buckmaster slips, sends it back to the top of the box, and Gutjahr trying to cross it in, but it takes the deflection out of play for another corner kick.
If Schwartz is able to get on the field right now, he'd be the guy to take this. Instead, it'll be Spencer Glass. No, Schwartz is going to come on, so I'm sure he'll just go right over and take this kick.
If you're the Hoosiers, you've got so many different options that can take corner kicks. And it seems like this is the play call. Bring in Schwartz to take it. Maryland making their own substitution, bringing in Matt DeRosa, the fullback.
And we saw this earlier in the season where
Schwartz to the near post, trying to find Poncho, but it's cleared out, and now Maryland can counter. They've got numbers, and they've got space. But tracking back, Justin Renix makes the play and knocks it out.
Man,
Gutjahr is there to support, and now the Hoosiers can counter. They've got a front line of 4 in attack coming, and Renix pretty much taking on everyone. Now offers it up to Poncho. Spins over the ball and lays it off for Buckmaster, who tries to send a cross in. Now we'll have a throw-in. He'll cross this into the box, but he has no options, and Pines clears it out. Gutman looking up. Can't find a cross option. Tries to get it to Glass. That's cleared out by St. Martin. Schwartz, Gutman, and Glass just passing around in this triangle on the near side. Now it finds Buckmaster. DeRosa makes the play defensively, but the Hoosiers still have it. Moore finds Gutjahr as they switch sides. Gutman in the middle of the pitch, rifles one to the top of the box. It's defended, but Renix on it now. And the ref will call what appears to be a handball.
Yeah. Even a win here would go a very long way for Maryland getting back on track.
Mayer clears it out. Glass now with numbers in front of him. He's got Renix to his left, and he uses him, playing him forward. Cuts inside. A step-in move. Cutting towards the box, a low cross, and Samuels clears it out. And that'll be another Hoosier corner. 3 different types of grasses for our lawn. I'm going to take that as a no. All right, cool.
We'll see.
Chipped up now forward for Dorsey. Poncho on the ball. Plays it through for Dorsey, but a bit of a miscommunication. Foot of Gutman. He's going to push forward on the counter. One-on-one with Bin. That's really been the matchup so far on this left side. Gutjahr now. Crossing fields. Trying to find Dorsey, but not enough power on that cross. But Poncho with tenacious high pressure. And Poncho once again forcing the turnover. Dorsey into the box. He gets taken down, but Glass with it. And finally, Samuel's able to clear it out, and in the process, gets fouled and is taken down.
Great chance. I know Indiana has had 7 shots to Maryland's 8, so it's pretty even in that category, and it's just there hasn't been a whole lot to split these two sides.
I'd argue the really only differentiator from either side has been the corner kicks.
Yeah.
So now the Hoosiers working in the attack. Poncho gives it back to Buckmaster. You see on the other side, Gutman calling out for them to switch sides to Schwartz. Mel with a beautiful pass to find Schwartz. Schwartz looks up into the box, leaves it now for Gutman, lofts it to the back post, just over the head of Mayer. Gutjahr now gives it a shot. It's deflected, the bench claiming for handball. Gutman to Schwartz, low cross into the box, just wide of the post. But Poncho had an eye for goal on that one.
Boy, really good.
Mel pushing forward. You see these center backs taking risks, just trying to keep possession and push forward.
That's good pressure there, though, from Elney to put them under a little bit of pressure.
Got to keep them honest. Mel again with that long ball trying to switch sides. We're approaching the final moments here of regulation before we head to overtime. Gutman, the low cross into the box, and it is cleared out. Great work from Hervé. He's been playing wing most of the night, but acted like a pro defender there. Buckmaster to Frankie Moore. Back to Buckmaster. Looks up, cross into the box, and Gutman finds the back of the net again with 18 seconds remaining. Buckmaster to Frankie Moore. Back to Buckmaster. Looks up, cross into the box, and Gutman finds the back of the net again with 18 seconds remaining.
For this team, we take another look at this. Cross fizzled in all the way to the back post, and Gutman was there once again. Maryland can't believe it.
Gosh, what more can you say about Top Drawer Soccer's #2 player in the nation?
Boy, I mean, that was an absolutely massive win for Indiana. Massive 3 points, and when the moments are big, Andrew Gutman rises to the occasion. He did again tonight, a 2-goal performance. I mean, what more can he ask? You see that first goal from Indiana. He got way up there. And then A.J. Palazzolo putting some defenders on skates, but all around, 3 points is 3 points. Indiana will take it. Best start since 2002.
So the Indiana Hoosiers are now 5-0 in the Big Ten after this incredible match. Both teams incredibly effective throughout the night. We saw back and forth action, and that's got to be really demoralizing if you're Maryland.
Yeah, really tough loss to come all the way out here. You play that hard. I mean, that's a tough loss to take.
So with that, that'll do it for us here at Jerry Yeagley Field. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm Eddie Cotton, Josh Eastern. Hoosiers win 2-1.